Hello. How
Hello.
are you?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I mean, listen, it's just sick of me. Not
Yeah.
sick of it at all. I mean,
You're not?
kind of like
Good, good.
whatever. Listen,
That's good.
I mean, so good. And we'll talk about it. But like, Tad, can we talk about the last 2 years that you've had?
It's been crazy.
I was gonna ask you, like, how would you like crazy? Like, how would you define the last two
Well, it's
years?
been amazing. I mean, the last 2 years have been, I mean, as far as my career goes, they've been the best of my life. I've had so many awesome opportunities and, you know, the shows and the records, and it's all been like really aligning with what I want to do.
Yeah,
It feels right.
yeah. But you're enjoying it.
Oh, of course.
Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem like you're overwhelmed or like you're hanging on to your life. At least you look like you're.
Good. Okay, good.
It's how have you kept like grounded in the past 8 years?
I love it. I mean, I couldn't see myself doing anything else, and I never take it for granted. I wake up every day and I'm like, well, thank God I'm not going to a 9 to 5 and, sitting at a desk all day. So that kind of keeps me grounded in that way.
Yeah. I mean, so many highlights. Let me talk about a couple. You just signed to Red Street Records,
I did.
which is great. I mean, I'm not an artist, but whenever my friends like have that photo, that moment when they sign and that whole thing, I just feel like that would be so special.
It was exciting. It really was. And my mom, she was the one that was like tickled to death. She came all the way from Kentucky just to come and watch. I said, Mom, you really don't have to come. And she was like, Nope, I'm going to be there because I've been watching you do this since you were 5 years old, and I want to be there. So it was incredible. The whole team over there just they're great, and we can't wait to hit the ground running with them.
Well, they really believe in you, which is great.
Yeah.
Just reading. So when you sign a record deal and you like leave the building after the hugs, after the photos, and you're with your mom and you're like just you and her and you go to like the car and you turn on the car, like what do you feel? I'm just curious, like what after the thrill and all this and all the hoop.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like a high, It's like it's the best feeling ever because it's something that I've been chasing, for my whole life. And, I'm still kind of, are y'all sure you want me? Like, no takebacks. Like,
Yeah, what's a refund?
yeah, exactly. No, it's still kind of in that way, doesn't really feel real, but um, it is, and that's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean one more highlight on a place that we've been plenty of times and it's always magical, the Opry.
Oh,
You just have the Opry debut.
no, that was the best day of my life.
Exactly. I mean, people
Yeah.
standing in the hall, putting and hollering. I love to go for the popcorn backstage.
Oh, right.
That's the research, honestly. But I heard from everyone. I mean, I talked to Opry Dan, and everyone was just raving about you. How was that day for you?
Oh my gosh, I'm usually not an emotional person at whatsoever, and that day I think I run through every emotion that I could possibly have, And I never get nervous to go on stage, but I was very nervous at that point in time because it's just like I said, I visited the Opry when I was 10, and I made it my lifelong goal
To step on that.
to be in the circle. I wouldn't even get in the circle when I was 10 for a picture. I was like, nope, I'm going to wait. And how hard-headed do you have to be as a 10-year-old to say that? But it was just like everything coming to fruition. But like I said, I was nervous. I felt all kinds of feelings, and
It just flies by, right?
it flew by. But once I got on stage and once I got in the circle, it all just went away, and I was fine.
Yeah.
But then after I come off stage, I like Kim Kardashian ugly cried.
Really?
There's a picture on my Instagram. It's bad, but it was everything. And then the after party, we invited all the fans and friends and family that came out to the show to come over to the palace and hang out with us. And
Amazing.
that
Made it
was,
part of them, of everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they all got up and sang karaoke to my songs, which was so fun. It was just a really special day.
It feels like these are moments that are happening, you know? Like when your book is written or when your movie is made, it's like these are gonna be like scenes. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, for sure. I hope. Well, I don't know. My documentary might be a little crazy. Sometimes we joke that our band needs a film crew to follow us around because we're so
so fun.
crazy.
Yeah, I love that. You mentioned your mom.
Hmm.
Take me a little bit to growing up in Kentucky. In I kind of like driving to Renfro every weekend as a little ham and like performing. How was like those days? So like at 5 years old, you already were playing fiddle, bluegrass. Like you were just like at it, like at 5 with your mom. How do you remember those days?
It's it Funny story, she actually started taking lessons with me with the fiddle when I was 5, and she quit like after the second lessons. I'd passed her up after like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And she'll tell you this too, she jokes about it, but she's always been my biggest supporter. Like, she drove me to Renfro Valley every weekend, for years. And I grew up, her mom and dad had a tobacco farm, and I spent a lot of time on the farm. The whole family pitched in, we all helped, and that was kind of just it. We were in the middle of nowhere. There's not even cell phone service there. An hour from the nearest Walmart.
Nice.
But yeah, she made it happen for me. I love her to death.
She earned the right to be in that room when you sent her.
She did, yeah. If anyone did, it was her. She put in as many hours as me, and she, at one point, I remember she would make me go into my bedroom and stay there for an hour, and I couldn't come out until I'd practiced for 1 hour on either piano or guitar or something. And at the time, I hated it, but I'm so glad that she did that.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
I love your story of where you are now, because just looking how you first got to Nashville as well, I love it. Tell me a little bit about this Margaritaville, like how you first came to town.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I mean, you won like an audition, right? Like to play at Margaritaville. Is that how it happened?
It was, well, I went because they were having a talent search.
Oh, talent search. Okay.
For this like indie music channel thing they had. I don't even know if that still exists, but they were having a talent search at the top floor of Margaritaville, and I drove down from Kentucky. Mom was with me, and I played an original song.
What did you? Okay.
What did I play? Like You Do. It's a one that I released back in 2021, I think.
Sure.
Or 22. But I played that song, and the manager of Margaritaville happened to be up there on the top floor, and she saw my performance, and she came up to me after the show. I got second place. And she said, would you be interested in like a full-time gig here, like downstairs in the window? And I was like, oh my God, of course. I was like, I wanted to move to Nashville anyway.
On the spot.
Yeah. And I said, yeah, here's my info, here's my email. I gave her everything. And then, the next month I started doing that 4-hour slot by myself in the window. And that's kind of how I got my toes dipped into the Broadway scene.
Yeah.
And from there I played all kinds of bars, and
the rest is history.
Yeah.
But isn't that amazing how like destiny just knocks on your door like randomly?
I wasn't expecting anything like that,
Yeah.
Coming down there for just a talent search, and then having that offer was like the confirmation that I needed, that was kind of like, okay, well, you are ready to move here. You are, worthy to,
Sure. And you're such a great like live performer, Tab. I mean, just like from what you've seen, like your songs are amazing, and we'll talk about a couple in a minute, but the way that you kind of like manage that energy on stage, that's from something that I've seen people, that have been at it for, like Joan Jett or something, like, or Christine Hyde or the Pretenders. Like, you're so young to know how to channel that energy with the crowd and with yourself, and like how to play with it. It's incredible.
Well, I do credit that to Broadway. I know a lot of people hate on Broadway, but I learned how to work a room by playing there for so long, because if I didn't get tips and I didn't interact with the crowd, I wasn't going to pay my rent that month.
Sure.
And so it kind of really threw me in head first to figure out, you have to make the crowd just as much a part of the performance as you are. And I think that's what helped me a lot.
That's amazing. Let me ask you about a couple songs, because I know you're going to play a song for us, which I'm really excited. Number one, Break Even. And this song, like when I saw you cover it, it was really touching, because this script are friends of our show.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, Danny and all of them, like, they're like dear and near to our heart. And when we saw the cover that you did, we almost got choked up, because you were able to kind of capture that feeling so well.
I love the script. I've been such a fan. I mean, they came out when I was in middle school, I guess. But that album was just, the one that Break Even's on, was one of my favorite albums. So when we were combing through songs to cover, it was like a no-brainer that, I wanted to do that one.
But it's not an easy song to cover, like, because it has like layers of emotion.
Sure.
And you were able to grab it.
Yeah.
So,
thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I wanted to tell you that. The other one I wanted to ask you is from your debut album, And you talked a little bit about this, which is Green Trunk, which is obviously about your relationship with your dad. I'm just curious how that, how do you think like those relationships, the good and the bad, kind of like affect you to this day, your songwriting? Do you kind of carry them like a chip on your shoulder, or is it almost like a sense of gratitude because like they have made you like kind of the person and the artist that you are today?
It's a little bit of both, to be honest. I mean, the Green Truck specifically, we went in the studio 1 week after my dad died, and I wrote it with Richie Sessions, and he did not know about my dad passing, and I didn't bring it up. And he said, well, I've had this title that I've been thinking about, like, it's called The Green Truck, about my dad. And I was like, well, this is weird. And then I told him, I was like, well, my dad just passed last week. He's like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, you're not going to believe this, but my dad also had a green truck. And neither of us had a really good relationship with our dad. And so it just felt like the stars aligned that day, and we had to write that song, And it's a combination of both of our stories, but that one definitely hits home for a lot of people. A lot of people really resonate with that. And I always try to throw it into my live set because people just really relate to it. So, yeah, it's a feeling of gratitude, but also like, it sucks, but it is what it is. And,
It's part of your journey.
yeah,
Right.
it's the songwriting, the grief and everything, just kind of, it all works together.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, I think that and other obstacles you've had and we all have, it's like this is why this is why you are where you
This
are.
is why I'm Tad.
I mean, you're about to blossom into such an exciting chapter. And all this, I mean, from an outsider perspective, I think all this is what has made you this bundle of unique energy. So,
Well, thank you.
yeah, you're gonna take us over with a song, but thank you so much.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, this is Taylor Austin Dye, and this is my song, Almost Oklahoma. Caught you looking at a picture back when you were with her. Never seen you smile like that. I ain't even mad, no, such a long time ago. I know that the past has passed. She was an Oklahoma beauty queen, and that ain't gonna ever be me. And I can't help but wonder if I'll ever live up to Tulsa. You swear to me you're happy that you couldn't live without me, but it still stings a little like I'm playing second fiddle. Will she always be the one you're getting over? My just almost Oklahoma. Do you wish that it was still her sleeping on your shoulder? Wish that you could have it all back. I ain't even mad, no, such a long time ago. I know that the past has passed. I tried so hard to be the one, but will I ever get that kind of love? And I can't help but wonder if I'll ever live up to Tulsa. You swear to me you're happy that you couldn't live without me, but it still stings a little like I'm playing second fiddle. Will she always be the one you're getting over? My just almost Oklahoma. So we drove out on 44, stopped at that old flower store. One bouquet for me and one for her. And he laid them right down on her stone, and we both cried the whole way home. And I can't help but wonder if I'll ever live up to Tulsa. You swear to me you're happy that you couldn't live without without me, but it still stings a little, like I'm stuck here in the middle. Will she always be the one you're getting over? My just almost Oklahoma.
Thank you for tuning in. Click here to subscribe and get the latest from the show, including exclusive behind-the-scenes footage and once-in-a-lifetime performances. And as always, thank you for making J-Rock Concerts Media part of your day.